turn, I feel the time has come to accept a terrible loss as a bachelor one. So with that in mind, I close my eyes, I kiss your cheek, push the loneliness aside, stand on shaky feet, and reimplant the smile that never really leaves. Gently place my heart back on my sleeve. Oh, the closeness is gone. Still, memory lives on. They will live on. They will live on. Thanks very much. Okay, 1950s. We're in a sidewalk cafe in Paris on a sunny day. There's cobblestone and the rattle of taxis and ding of bicycle bells, and an awning hangs from the side of a building over crowded tables. Bustling restaurant looks like a painting by Renoir. In the midst of the convivial crowd sits a couple in silence. There's a distance between them. She is modern. Beauty and scarf and big dark glasses and sandals. And he is dashing, young man with fine features, but now drawn in concern. She wants to be a mother. He wants to be a lover. There is sadness. There is tension, tristesse. They both know that before they can love each other, they must first love the same things. And after a long silence, he says, for both of them, what he knows must be said. The song is Different Drum. Yeah. back. Thanks very much. Okay. Here we go. Late in the day, in the timeless rural setting, rolling hills, a meadow, picnic under a weeping willow tree by a pond. The twilight sky is deep purple and orange, and the air is sweet with romance. She is in a sundress and big straw hat, and she sits on the grass with her feet tucked underneath her. Feet tucked beneath her. A youthful beauty. Her world is new. It's full of romance. She's fascinated with him, her first love. He is gentle and patient, only a bit older, but with his own memories of beautifully fascinating young women. As the twilight turns to evening, she whispers her first false lover's promise in his ear and walks away towards her home, to her mother and father, from whom he is a secret. He knows what's happened. The futility of the romance is clear to him. So now, as he stands alone on this old and familiar dusty road, he knows he must find his own way home. Two songs play through this vignette: Joanne and Silver Moon. Her name was Joanne, and she lived in a meadow by a pond. And she touched me for a moment with a look that spoke to me of her sweet love. Hopeless situation for Joanne and the man and the time that made them both run. She was only a girl, I know that well, but still I could not see stronger than the love she felt for me. But staying with her and my little bit of wisdom broke down her desires like a light through a prism into yellows and blues and a tune I could not have sung. Though the essence is gone, I had no tears to cry for her. My only thoughts of her are kind. Her name was Joanne, and she lived in a meadow by a pond. see the lazy windmill slowly turning, cutting up the marble canyons of the sky. See the dust around my feet go churning, moving with the wind down the highways of goodbye. I'm standing in the lonely light of the silver moon, looking over maps of memories for the road. Standing in the lonely light of the silver moon, with the unexpected destination of my home. Half the thoughts I'm thinking speak inside, as that same old wave of loneliness returns, and I can see you when I close my eyes, speaking very softly as you turn. I'm standing in the lonely light of the silver moon. I'm looking over maps of memories for the road. Standing in the lonely light of the silver moon, with the unexpected destination of my home. Listen to this. How I must go, and let go. I'm standing in the lonely light of the silver moon. I'm looking over maps of memories on the road. Standing in the lonely light of the silver moon, with the unexpected destination of my home. With the unexpected destination of my home. Of my cinematic settings and everything, you go, oh, I should be quiet. But you know, when they lay licks down like Bo and Chris are laying down, you gotta clap. fun being up in front of these guys. Okay, present day, small town, small house, in a neighborhood, after dark, the home of a working couple. It's cluttered and messy and furnished by worn furniture that's been handed down from loving families over generations. And as the night settles in, she kisses her child, pats her off to bed. He sits and studies, hoping for a better future. Then, as she has done for so many nights these past weeks, she stands and stares out the window at the neighborhood and houses all the same, and then at her reflection in the glass, and she only sees herself getting older. A panic has been creeping in and now surrounds her. She's never thought of running before, of leaving this life to search out another. But tonight, in a flash, she has rationalized it all. She turns to him and announces her intent. He is stunned at first, not sure what to do. He turns sad, then angry, then afraid, then hurt. And after a moment, a calm comes over him, a confidence, and he stands up and pulls her into his arms and wraps her tight. It takes two to tango. It takes two to get a divorce. But sometimes it only takes one simple, loving thought to save a family. The song is Some of Shelley's Blues. Just one more time the reasons why you must leave. Tell me once more why you're sure you don't need me. Tell me again, but don't think you'll convince me. You've said before falling in love again, you'd rather be when someone breaks your heart, you cry your eyes red. But there's nothing so hard about the life you led. As far as I can see, there's no reason for goodbye. You're just running scared, and that's something I won't buy. Strictly bad news. So you settle down, stay with the one that loves you. Show but more blues. And all this talk about leaving is strictly bad news. So you settle down, stay with the ones that love you. You settle down, stay with the man that loves you. Baby, you settle down, stay with me. here we are in the late 1920s in one of the grand cinema palaces that have just been built. It empties quickly as the lights come up at the end of the movies, but he stays in his seat as the crowd leaves and finally he's alone. He's savoring the possibilities that he's just uncovered in his own thoughts. This new cinema has evoked forgotten desires. Would he ever act in them? Should he? If he were to act, where might he end up? Where would he find himself? Who knew the blank white theater screen would be his tabula rasa? Who could have imagined that collective dreaming in a theater would force the questions, what is real and what is not real? And if life is a journey, then where is home? From the album Radio Engine to the Photon Wing, the two songs are Rio and Casablanca Moonlight.
And I think I will travel to
state mingle close and dance a rumba. That's why they're there. Moroccan magic pouring off the silver screen, taking me to places no one has ever been. Fly the China Clipper, sail to Sally B. There's no need to try to tell me it's not what it seems. Of perfection outside the dream. Holding out pulses in the castle like a moonlight. Pomated perfume filled this summer air. Ladies of the island, ladies of a state, mingle close and dance a rumba. That's why they're there.
Yeah.
All right. It's the late 60s. A new bright red Ferrari screams through the still dark early morning along an empty freeway toward a bright city skyline in the distance. She is at the wheel in 5-inch heels and a tight red dress with lipstick and nails to match. He slumps next to her. A loose, rumpled black silk bow tie dangles from his collar. The rising whine of the engine rushes over him as he stares blearily into his future. Once the predator, he has now become the prey, running from the grand ennui. sophisticated party where I got a little drunk on gin. As the headlights cast a glow out on the road, I heard this voice inside of me. It said, you lost the light, and now you're moving through the night, running from the Grand Ennui. Running from the Grand Ennui. Omega that was never 1 second behind. I knew the horse I was running at the Southern Talladega had won for the 22nd time. Then the counties I was with bent over with a kiss and put a jeweled hand on my knee. I knew I lost the light and I was moving through the night, running from the Grand Ennui. In a minute, go ahead, love. In a blaze of glory, copies in the car, both mine. Each day passes, it's the same old story, except the Countess has a brand new line. Yet still at night, I'm haunted by the bright and the distant memory of the day I lost the lights. I was moving through the night, running from the Grand Ennui. Oh, I was running from the Grand Ennui. Okay, the setting for this song was I wrote in the late 19. I wrote the setting for this song that I wrote in the 70s. Boy, that's really botched, isn't it? I wrote this song in the 70s, and the setting for it was actually realized in the music video that I did. Okay, on the streets of LA, 3 characters. You see what my name says, that's Sam. Each one's looking for something different, their own place to be. And this was the second music video that I ever made, and casting was pretty fun. We found 2 of the principals in the roller rink, Lucy and Ramona, and Sam was a little more evasive. One of the assistants came in, had been in a bar and run into a bodybuilder and asked him if he would be on for being in a movie going up and down Hollywood Boulevard in nothing but a Speedo, and he said, yeah. So we had our Sunset Sam. On the CD, Infinite Rider on the Big Dog Muffle, which Joe and Paul played on, And the long-form video, Elephant Parts, this is Cruising.
Yeah.
Lucy and Ramona cruising through the jungles of L.A. Hoping to promote a dream somewhere along the way. Rolling through the streets, looking for a disco, and passing up the treats from this kid named Cisco, and trying to make connections with their blemish-free complexions. And just as fate would have it, they ended up with Sunset Sam. Sam was selling watches from a suitcase on a TV tray. And Lucy and Ramona were trying to figure out if he was gay. And three of them were standing, just staring at each other, when the light behind their eyes blew each other's cover. The ancient code was branded, so each of them was handed this ticket to their kingdom, because they saw their brother Sunset Sam. Lucy was from Compton, and she met Ramona at the zoo. And Ramona was from Brooklyn, but she left when she was 22. Sam was a native of the Arizona desert, but he split when he was slated for some governmental make work. The differences subsided when the common bond was cited. They were all from the same place that made their famous Sunset Sam. Lucy and Ramona and Sunset Sam, people on the streets trying to find a man. People on the streets just looking for a man. Lucy and Ramona and their brother Sunset Sam. Yes, there's Lucy and Ramona and Sunset Sam. People on the streets, they're trying to find a plan. People on the streets just looking for the man. Lucy and Ramona and their brother Sunset Sam. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Okay, so moving on here. He wakes from his sleep cycle and crawls into the observation pod of the International Space Station that is high in orbit above this planet. All the other crew members are still asleep, and from here he can see out far into space. The stars and their colors are arrayed before him like the pictures from the Hubble telescope. The glow of the earth is his arc above him. The moonlight is a reflection of the sun. And slowly, it occurs to him, where once he thought he was in a universe of darkness, he now realizes he is in a universe of light in every direction of thought. Everywhere there is darkness, the light destroys it. The darkness is powerless against it. The song is Rays from the album of the same name. Well, the songs we played up to now have followed pretty much chronologically what I've written over the years, but I skipped over something that I wrote in 1974. I wrote a short story accompanied by a suite of 7 songs, and I called it The Prison. The story The story is simple, the short story. A guy finds himself in prison, and one day he discovers a break in the prison wall. So he gets out, he turns around and looks, and he sees all the inmates standing in an open field and no walls in sight. The prison is an illusion. So he goes back in, and he gets his girlfriend, and he brings her out, but she doesn't see what he sees. It still looks like a prison to her, and she wants to go back in, so she returns to it. And he's left alone, wondering, well, now what? And that's where the story ends. These 3 songs I've selected from that suite of 7. The opening theme, Life the Unsuspecting Captive. Marie's theme, and closing theme, titled Lamppost, from The Prison.
something.